Hey guys, so I wanted to show you pretty much my version of the sort of no makeup look. Now, there's definitely makeup. I have winged liner on, so it's not exactly no makeup, but I think it's no makeup with a flair, I guess. So if you really want that no makeup look, then you could tone down the blush, no lipstick, and then you would just not wear the liner, but all of the other steps apply. So if you're interested in getting this very easy, very natural look, then keep on watching. Okay, so to start, I already have my face moisturized. I just use my Plasticky Hope in a Jar, oil-free, with SPF, I think 25 in it. So that's just going to help to protect my skin from the sun. Once you have that done, then you want to go onto your foundation. So you can use any foundation that you like, anything that's pretty lightweight, but I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Ready Foundation. So I already started to hit pan, and I use the color R330, so that's golden tan. Now what I like about it is that it'll give you a lot of coverage while looking very natural, and I can just blend it in the areas where I need more, so that way I don't have to cake it on all over. So I'm just going to use a stippling brush. This is a Real Technique stippling brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I'm just going to put this in the area that I need more coverage. So I like to put it around my chin area, so I'm just going to stipple that on. I like to use it around my nose. And you can see that it immediately takes the redness away, and it just gives you that really nice coverage without having to blend it all over. And you all know I love Bare Minerals. It's really good for your skin. The Ready Foundation is the solid pressed foundation. So basically it has C nutritive minerals in it. It's going to help to hydrate your skin, but it's not going to make it oily. So you're going to have, you know, really nicely hydrated skin during the day, and it gives you a really nice natural skin finish. Okay, so that'll be the foundation done. Now what I'm going to use is a lighter foundation color. So this is still a Ready Foundation. This is sample size, but this is in the shade Light. I'm going to take the same stippling brush, but I'm going to use that underneath my eye. So it's going to give me a slight highlighting effect while still looking pretty natural. And I opted for powder just because it's a little bit easier just to kind of smooth it and blend it on than a liquid, because then I won't have to set it. My skin is pretty normal to oily, so if you have really oily skin, then you can set it, but I don't tend to have to set it. You can use that here, so we're just going to use that to give a little bit of brightening around the eye. So that is done. So to finish the skin, I'm just going to use a really natural blush. So this one is Beausoleil by Devitt, and it has 4 different colors. You can use it for the eyes and the cheeks. So I'm just going to swirl my brush around and pick up all the colors, and I'm just going to pat that gently on top of my cheeks. This is going to be very natural, but it's going to give a slight glow because it has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm not going for matte, and I'm not going for super shiny either, but I do want a nice healthy glow. So you can keep on building until you get the color that you like, or you can stop around here. So I kind of I like a little bit of blush, so I'm just going to keep on patting until I build it up. And my tip is to always sort of start slow, so build up that color. Start very lightly, and then add more if you need to add more, but it's kind of tricky to take it away if you've added too much. So start very light and then build your way up. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of a bronzer. So this is from Devitt. This is the SpaComplexion Hydrating Marine Minerals Pressed Powder in Seychelles. And it's also that same concept, so there's 4 different shades. And I'm just going to tap my brush into here. So I'm just going to pat it in, tap off any excess, and I'm going to use that around my hairline. And that's going to give me a nice healthy bronze. So some along my nose. Just add anywhere the sun would naturally hit. And I like this bronzer because it has a natural skin finish. It's not really a bronzer, it's just a foundation, like a pressed powder that's darker than me. So it'll look super natural. And I like natural. So now for eyes, what I'm going to do is I'm taking that same pressed powder and I'm taking a fluffy brush. I'm going to take some of those darker colors at the bottom and I'm going to apply that just to my crease. So I'm not going to be super precise about it, but I just want a little bit of warmth and definition, since I took some of that away when I added that lighter powder. And I love this powder because it's super hydrating, really good for your skin, and it has tons of sea minerals, so your skin is not going to be dry or parched or anything like that. So for eyebrows, I'm just going to brush them up. And I'm taking an angled brush and my Anastasia DipBrow in dark brown. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. I actually work out of the back of my lid and flip the product over. So I'll flip the main, container over onto my counter so that way it doesn't dry out. And then I just work on out of my lid. So I'm going to take a little bit of that with the angled brush. And I'm going to basically start to fill in anything at the bottom. So I need a lot of filling in around here. So I'm going to fill that in very lightly. And I'm going to take that eyebrow brush and I'm just going to gently brush that out so that it looks as natural as possible. And then just do the same for the other side. Now this side doesn't need quite as much help. And what I really like about Anastasia DipBrow is that the colors are very natural, and I like that it gives their brows a light hold. So if you have brows that kind of move and go everywhere like mine do, then this will give your brows just a little bit of hold. And you can also use this product as a gel liner. So now that we have the brows done, I'm just going to finish the eyes. So I'm using a Rimmel pen liner. So what I really like about it is that it gives you a really nice, precise line, but it's very easy to draw on. So I'm going to take this line, I'm going to make a really thin line right at the outside edge of my eye, just to wing it out slightly. So we're not doing anything dramatic here. And then we get pretty thin once we work inwards. So we should have something like that. Once liner is done, we're going to go for a little bit of mascara. And I'm just going to use my Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye Mascara. So it's going to give me length, it's going to thicken, and it's also going to give me a little bit of, volume and definition. So get as close to the roots of your lashes, and then you're going to wiggle them upwards. Don't forget to go on the underside also. That's what's going to help to thicken them and lengthen them. Now you can end here, or you can do bottom lashes, which I like to do. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. So you can always finish up with a little bit of lip balm. This one is Hurraw Grapefruit Lip Balm. I got it from American Apparel actually, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that lip balm to moisturize my lips. So this would be the very natural version, or you can finish off with a really nice natural lipstick. So this is Taupe from MAC. So it's a really nice warm brown, and I've been looking for a brown that wasn't pink, so this is not pink at all. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on top of that lip balm. this would be the final look. So I'll leave all the product information in the description box below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. So until next time, guys.